Hello and welcome everyone to Vampyr. Last time we said goodbye to our sister. We found out about the fate of Nurse Crane. Spoiler alert, it was not good. And we're back in Whitechapel, where now we have to continue our journey. But first, I wanted to check what I need for the pneumonia treatment. I just need a little bit of potassium. So I thought maybe I could stop by the merchant, get the potassium, and then use that to create a cure or treatment, and that might help a person or two. Eventually I will have to face Nurse Crane again. Not a big fan of that, but has to be done. But before I can do that, I probably should level up a little bit. Okay, we are. We have the merchant pretty close, or at least she was before.
Dorothea. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dorothea. I'm sorry too.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Yeah, let's see.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Let's see. Potassium. There we go. Let's get like all of it. Seems to be fairly rare, so might as well. We can't sell these. Yeah, why not? Don't need that one. Could sell some ammunition, but I think I'll hang on to that for now. Okay, let's quickly go back, create the pneumonia treatment, and that we can use neuralgia. Okay, too late for that. Okay, we can use that on Darius Petrescu. We'd also need some fatigue, 3 fatigue potions if we can. A cold. Let's see what we can do. That guy is still dead. Let's do the rat.
I have this thirst.
A little snack.
Blood.
So quick back and forth, but then we might be able to help people, and we can continue with our main quest, which would lead us to the church. Okay, now I should be able to do this for pneumonia. For the cold, we need one of that, and then a couple for fatigue, I think. Let's get 3. Ah, sure, let's get 1 for anemia. Don't think that it can hurt to stock up a little bit. And then we leave again. I don't know if the people can actually die if we don't treat them. Would be interesting, right? But for some of the things, I just don't have a cure. Don't have the recipe to create the treatment. I hope that that won't be the case, or at least not quickly. Try to save everyone. Okay. Let's go. Dr. Darius.
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu.
Surely you have someone else to bother, Mr. Doctor.
I just want to help you.
How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu? Do you need my help?
I would not even accept fresh water from you, Doctor. I don't need your help.
Here, take
Yes,
the
you
medicine,
do.
please.
Please, take this. You'll feel better.
I said I don't want anything. But I'll keep this for those who really need it.
Okay, but he took it.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Just bluffing. Which is fine, I understand. Okay, she has a cold. Peterson. Still haven't found this person. This is the lady that we found trapped in the graveyard. They all have fatigue, so it's good that I made 3 fatigue things. Okay. But they are all at the church, so that is actually on
When
my way.
science... Good evening, my dear colleague.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion.
Of course you're not.
Dr. Reid?
Well, there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
That should improve the overall status of the area as well. Pretty critical here, so good to help them. The music is very threatening. Last time we found the guy, or we fought the guy,
I don't have your money.
stunned us with the
buying
cross,
something,
and
sir?
You
also
never lose your
the big guy
focus.
vampire.
Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Not with me. Anything new with you? Doesn't seem that way.
Right
I
then.
want to check if he
Show me
has
what you
some upgrade parts that I need. Do I need those? I think so, right? I think I need those for... Let's get them. I'm not sure, but I don't think it hurts to get these upgrades.
You again? What do you want this time?
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
Keep your medicines for others.
No,
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
anything else with you? Everything locked. Everything locked. Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
I think it's only the priest left, right? Yeah. Don't really like talking to him, but
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's
we're a
Father
doctor.
Whitaker,
We're here to
my son.
heal and save
Son.
people.
Are you
Except
still
Nurse
lost
Crane.
in your rational delusions?
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
Faith gives me all I need, my son. If I must fall, then so be it.
And maybe
No
take
doubt
a little
your
bit of medicine
faith
too.
will prevail. But let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
I have had
Okay,
enough
right.
for tonight. Goodbye.
Okay, let's continue. they will feel
Pay
better
me
once we
glass and
rest.
I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll
Oh yeah, that's... We talked to her before. Okay, we have to enter the church.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
Vicar
help you,
Joseph.
You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
This is a personal matter.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I don't know. What do I choose? This is private.
I've made myself perfectly clear. This is a private matter.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart,
Okay,
my
guess
son.
I don't have much of a choice.
Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I promise to find those responsible.
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
That easy, eh? Okay. Where do we go now? Meet Dr. Swansea.
There. I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
Well, let's have a look. How do I... Okay. And I have to make my way towards the hospital again, which is a dangerous path. Can I go this way? This and then to the right. Okay. What's going on there? Oh, oh boy. Oh! It was faster than I thought.
We have to stop it! Bloody leech!
Ouch. Was there another one? Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Oof. A little bit of... Can I go up there? Kind of looked like it for a second. But I can't, so... Oh, this is the path I have to go, right? Yep. Uh-oh. Another rookie.
It's one of these! No! He's dead!
Oof. The fighting can be quite visceral, which I like. Am I going the right way? Yeah. Then I have to go to the left. Okay, good to know. Then we have a skull hidden. Oh, there. I thought it was hidden behind there. Ouch. Ouch. Oh. From Chaplain. But I have to go to the left. Yeah. Okay. Just don't want to get lost here. From executioner.
Over there!
There's one of those big boys with a... Stop hurting me! Hey, oof. I'm on the right track. It's quite intense to go through the city at night, I have to say. Uh-oh.
And pain are precious when binding.
Is that our sire?
You. I remember you.
Oh, there. Look at it. Oh.
Be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Why choose me?
You selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing. I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
Riddles. He still has a headache. I don't think I have anything against headache. Let's
So
just talk to
the
Dr.
vampire
Swansea.
who made me is some sort of disembodied entity. Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Hopefully. A little bit of help would be appreciated.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return
McCullum.
to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned.
Edgar clearly knows more than he lets on. Why is the sacred
By
ground?
the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What's going on?
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Do you fear for your reputation? No. Confidence must be restored.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones.
Oh.
I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
That was the chatty patient, right? The gossip.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly.
Oh.
And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
I mean, they're not far from wrong.
Well, they are not far wrong. The hospital is almost crawling with vampires.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Put an end to Sean Hampton's savagery. Anything else?
If you don't mind, I have a few questions.
I'd be delighted to help you if I'm able.
Okay. I met the strangest creature.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
No, it was bigger.
It was a vampire.
More intelligent.
But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was really menacing.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
Oh, come on. Can't help me a little bit? What happened while I was absent?
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
So Hampton really killed her.
Are you sure it was Hampton that killed Miss Jones?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
Who informed the Guard of Priwen?
How did the Guard of Priwen come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
So we have a spy here, okay. So can you tell me more about this McCullum fella?
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Priwen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I can guarantee one thing. The Guard of Priwen would never dare to attack the hospital while I'm in charge here.
But why?
What do they hope to achieve?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind.
I wonder if he is some kind of immortal too. Maybe not a vampire, but another kind.
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
You have no insight in anything. Like,
Thank
he
you.
really isn't helping us much. All things considered. Like, he's nice and all, but... Okay, fine,
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Good evening, Miss Howard.
I want to see if someone
How
knows
are you
anything about it.
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Is there anything you can tell me about the recent commotion here?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reid. But I took no part in this massacre.
But did you see or hear anything?
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Let's go to the room first. Oh boy, it's full of blood here.
What on earth happened here?
Jeez.
Guys, there's a hospital. That's Pembroke nowadays.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
You know anything
Can you tell me
about what
anything
happened here?
about recent events at the hospital?
Before the shouts and the noises, I think I heard whispers coming from the stairs. 2 voices, maybe more.
Did you recognize the voices? What did they say?
I couldn't hear. Sounded like they were arguing or something.
Interesting.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn.
Nurse, do you know anything?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor. But murder? How can we cope with that?
As a nurse at this hospital, it is your duty to deal with these things as best you can.
Yeah. Until it's my turn to have blood spread all over the walls. I entered the room first, Dr. Reid. I've seen what that monster did to the woman.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh
I
needs
wonder if we
it.
can find out some more.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know anything?
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No. I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones' body?
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Sean Hampton left the hospital.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but... well, maybe it was him.
That might not have been. Don't have actual confirmation that it was Mr. Hampton.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Could check them more, but kind of hesitant to go back into that hellhole.
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage skal.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the skal, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon?
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He's big, yeah?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
Okay, so what is Ascalon?
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Okay. Have you killed this woman?
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Ooh, so what's the blood quality of the sick?
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Okay. So do we have difficulty with holy symbols?
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Was it God's will?
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Okay.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
This is all not good.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reid, any good news to share?
No, usually not.
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
It's a tragedy, pure and simple. The hospital is meant to be a safe haven to all. We failed the people who trusted us with their care.
Do you think I should not have brought Mr. Hampton back here?
It's not your fault. You rescued that poor soul. It was the Christian thing to do. But we should have noticed his instability.
Anything else here? Haven't talked to him in a while now. Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Okay, so let's have a look on the map. So we would have to go back to the docks. Maybe that's what we have to do, yeah. Well, let's go there. Guess we have to go this way.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
What's here? Ooh.
Die, vermin!
What? Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, come on. They are pretty strong, that's for sure. Oh boy. Linker skals and cadets.
There's one of them vermin!
What's that? It's a fart cloud. Ooh, what's going on here? This is crazy. Give me a rat.
This is despicable.
Lenza. Ooh. Oh, is this a...
It's locked, all right.
Okay. A little confused. Can't enter this.
I cannot enter.
Hey, rookie.
Die!
I can't enter this building for some reason. Okay, then go this way. Lots of enemies. I feel like I'm constantly on the level because I don't embrace people, which obviously makes things a little tougher for me, but do it out of ethical reasons. Whack 'em. Oh, that's a big boy.
Burn it, boys!
Why didn't you attack him? Got him. Can you please stop it with that? Ow. Take out the gunner here as well. Might as
Steady,
well.
boys!
These are not too tough. Can definitely handle them. Okay. Well, we're getting closer. Also got a good chunk of XP by now. It's nice. We'll look at the map. Oops. Okay. Pretty much straight ahead. The samples.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them!
Oh, come on. Really?
That's it! Vicious bugger!
Oh no, it's a fart grenade again.
Filthy piece of shit! Eat this!
No! Ah! The lock on. Got him. Oh, I see blood already. Big blood. Big blood. Oh boy. Am I going the right way? I think so. Oh, we have a dazzled scal here. Ooh, razzle dazzle scally belly. There's someone behind me. Nice. Ah. Okay. Not too bad. Right, Sean Hampton. Oh, there's some. Oh.
This is Braille.
Text in Braille.
Someone who can read
unreadable text written in Braille alphabet with just the Tatar and Roman alphabet. Cure for blindness. Okay. Oh, we have a person here? Hey, we need to save them.
Get the fuck out, you crazy bastards! Get away from me, you bastard!
Ah.
Get me here!
There's the lock on again. More often than not, it fucks me over. Okay. Who's there? Can I help you? Sir.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any of your business.
I hope you realize that staying here will put your life at great risk.
Pah! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves. I can still kick some respect into those youngsters.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really after these men? Why?
They took my boy! I've had no news since he joined that crazy gang. So I decided to come and find him myself, to get some answers.
I see.
Okay.
But as I said, your life is at risk if you stay here. And I'm not referring to the gangs either. You should leave, sir.
Well, this part of town used to be nicer, let's say. Perhaps you're right.
This isn't the best way to save Andrew.
We will... Maybe I can help him. He seemed to have messed up this Primo dude. So where do I have to go? Okay, this seems to lead me towards where I have to go. What? Or not? Wait. Yeah, this is the way, so this is not the way. So what's inside here? Hello? Doesn't seem like anyone is here. Oh. Bloody letter. Dear mother, whatever happens to me, always remember that your son loves you. I know you did not always approve of the way I chose to live my life, but I won't change. I was born and raised in this part of town, and I just can't stand what is happening to my neighborhood, to people we know. I recently made a terrible decision. I decided to strike back against the tyranny of a few. I know that they will retaliate, but I'm ready for whatever comes. Thanks to you, I've always loved to read. Now that I'm about to take action, I can only quote Etienne de la Boétie. I don't know. They only seem tall because we're on our knees. I won't kneel anymore, mother. I intend to stand straight whatever the cost. Goodbye, my beloved mother,
There
Jack.
is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case.
Okay.
Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
Yeah, you should do that. Okay, let's go down. Now, are you responsible for this? Is that unrelated? Oh, I can't. Guess I have to go around. Oh, something is... Limehouse dog. Wait. Who are you?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reid. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions. Or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Okay. Let's tell me about any sickness or cold, okay?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Someone in particular?
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
Okay.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. It's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just wanted to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Okay, maybe I can find it. Nothing else there. I'm looking for Sean
Any
Hampton.
chance you can help me find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Really? Well, go ask someone else then. I'm sure Tom Watts will gladly answer you.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Every night, a darkness. And every
Where
night,
is my...
death.
So I could enter this, but where does this lead? Oh, into the bridge, okay. I need to go here right now. Okay, there we have a... Okay, there's someone. Unknown people. Let's talk to these.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox.
I see.
So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Well, first and foremost, tell me about your work.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Okay. You're quite a blunt woman.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Okay, is that not a little bit excessive?
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
Thinking of somebody in particular?
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
I might do that. About that man you killed.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
Okay.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reid, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that?
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Okay. I got the message.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Okay. Well, thank
Goodbye,
you.
Miss Cox.
You seem lovely.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reid, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name?
Lovely
Name's
guy.
Booth Digby.
Booth Digby,
Maybe I'll
quite
ask
the
my
name.
boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember him.
Careful with the rats, buddy.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
Okay.
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Yeah.
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
The situation around here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Oh, wait. About this
what
part
can you
of town.
tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here, like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Oh. Let's see. About the man you killed.
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really. One of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Are you that heartless?
Are you so heartless that you could pull the trigger and kill someone without even blinking?
Have you looked around recently? Do you really think one more body will make a difference?
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Okay, all leads
Goodbye,
point towards Tom, barkeeper. Oh.
Mark my words, miss.
What happened here?
These
Not
murders
a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Who are you?
I'm a tracker of these creatures.
Oh boy.
A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
There's Tom.
Sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Let's talk
Good
to him.
evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton.
Whoa,
Vampire hunter
that's a name.
extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr.
That's
Jonathan
a
Reid.
hell of a name.
I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
Yeah, please do.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night. investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Okay, do you need any help?
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
Okay, another investigation. We've got a bunch of them now. How do you identify a vampire?
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Yeah. He seems real.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter.
Oh.
They're more of a sanitary militia.
I see. So you hunt alone.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Okay. Well, I guess we
Goodbye.
talk to you
and
another
good
time.
hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Mr. Throckmorton. Maybe the greatest name of all time. Ichabod Throckmorton. Love it. Okay. Now, I wanted to check a few things here. Seymour Fishburne has a cold, some fatigue here. We have Enid Gillingham. We haven't talked to her yet. Then we have all kinds of different... where is she? Oh, that's all the way there in the Western Docks. Okay. Then we have Edwina Cox. That is... oh, all the way here. Of the posters. That's also in the Western Docks. The necklace. Oh, that's somewhere here. Okay, interesting. Doubt that it's in here, so... It's a bunch of things to do in the Western Docks, it seems. Would need something... Let's get something for fatigue, something for the cold. Can I upgrade this? Good handle part. So that was not what I needed. Actually. Last time I bought a thing. Okay. Could break some things down. But for now, let's wait. I do have a lot of XP though. Let's see. Could just go more health. Straight up. Could be an option. Stronger bite. Pretty cheap actually. Let's actually do that since we do so much stun damage. We get the chance to bite quite a lot. Let's confirm that. Weird that I get this pop-up every time. Okay. He now has a migraine. This got way better. Maybe not way better, but a little bit better. And I think this is a good time to take a break, and then next time we will continue here at the docks. Thank you all for joining me for today's episode of Vampyr. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, share the video with friends, family, and the people on the internet. That all helps me out a whole bunch and will bring you more content in the future. Also, if you want to go the extra mile in supporting the channel, you can check out the Patreon link down below, and also check out the link to our Discord where we talk on a daily basis. I will be back with more Vampyr very soon, and until next time, have a great time. Bye bye.